Your tomato plants are lying to you right now. Those leaves that look fine, that okay, harvest you've been settling for every August, that's not what a tomato plant is actually capable of. There is a homemade pour, one single mixture you make in your kitchen in under 5 minutes, that turns pale, leggy, barely fruiting tomato plants into the kind of loaded, dark green, heavy-branched plants that make your neighbors stop their car in the street. I'm not exaggerating for views. I'm going to show you exactly what goes in it, exactly why it works on a plant science level, and exactly how often to pour it so you don't overdo it and undo everything. Stick around, because the mistake most people make happens at minute 2 of this video, and if you skip it, you will not get the results I'm about to show you. Before we get into the mixture itself, I want you to do one quick thing. Subscribe to this channel right now, while you're thinking about it, because I put out a new video like this every single week. And if you're the kind of person who wants a garden that actually produces, instead of one that just survives, you don't want to miss what's coming next. It costs nothing, it takes 2 seconds, and it means this information keeps finding you all summer long. Okay, let's get into it. Here's what you're mixing. 1 gallon of water, 1 crushed aspirin tablet, 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt, a half cup of used coffee grounds, and the crushed shells from 3 eggs. That's it. 5 ingredients, most of which are already sitting in your kitchen right now, and together they make what I call the tomato tonic. Let's go through why each one is doing real, measurable work on that plant. Because this isn't folklore, this is chemistry. The aspirin is the ingredient almost nobody expects, and it's the one doing the most interesting work. Aspirin is acetyl salicylic acid, and when it breaks down in water, it releases salicylic acid, which is the exact same compound a tomato plant naturally produces internally when it's fighting off disease or stress. When you water a plant with a diluted aspirin solution, you're essentially sending a false alarm through the plant's own immune system. The plant responds by activating its natural defenses early, before an actual threat shows up. Researchers studying salicylic acid in crop plants have found it can improve resistance to fungal disease and reduce transplant shock. You are not medicating your tomato plant. You are training it. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and magnesium sits at the literal center of every chlorophyll molecule a plant produces. No magnesium, no chlorophyll, no deep green color, and no efficient photosynthesis. Tomato plants are heavy magnesium feeders, and in garden soil that's been used season after season, magnesium is one of the first nutrients to run low. That's the plant you see with yellowing between the veins on older leaves while the veins themselves stay green. That's not a disease. That's your plant begging for magnesium, and Epsom salt is one of the fastest, cheapest ways to answer that. Coffee grounds bring nitrogen and potassium into the mix, slowly releasing as they break down, feeding the plant without the sudden spike you get from synthetic fertilizer that pushes a plant to grow fast and weak. And the eggshells are calcium, plain and simple, dissolved slowly into the water. Calcium is the single nutrient most responsible for preventing blossom end rot, that ugly black leathery patch that shows up on the bottom of an otherwise perfect tomato and ruins it right before harvest. If you've ever grown a beautiful tomato plant and then watched half your fruit go black and mushy on the bottom, that wasn't bad luck. That was a calcium deficiency, and eggshell water is one of the most direct ways to correct it. Now here's the part that actually matters more than the recipe itself: how you use it. Pour 1 cup of this tonic directly at the base of each tomato plant, once a week, in the early morning, before the sun gets intense. Not on the leaves, at the soil line, so the roots can pull it in slowly over the following days. And this is the mistake I promised you at the start of this video. More is not better here. Dumping the tonic on your plants twice a week instead of once, or mixing it stronger than the recipe calls for, doesn't speed up results. It overloads the roots with salts, and a tomato plant that's overloaded with salt shows the exact same symptoms as a plant that's dehydrated: curling leaves, stunted growth, and dropped flowers. Once a week. That's the whole system. Consistency beats intensity, every single time, with this mixture. I want to pause here and ask you something, because I genuinely want to know. What does your tomato harvest usually look like by the end of summer? Are you getting buckets you can't keep up with? Or are you getting a handful of small, cracked tomatoes and wondering what you did wrong? Drop your answer in the comments right now, because I read every single one, and it tells me exactly what to cover in next week's video. Here's the timeline you can actually expect, because I don't want to oversell this to you. In the first week, you won't see much. The plant is absorbing and adjusting. By week 2, you'll notice the color shift first. That dull, slightly tired green turning into a deeper, almost glossy dark green, especially on new growth at the top of the plant. By week 3, the stems start thickening, and you'll see new flower clusters forming faster than before. And by week 4 to 5, this is where it gets almost unfair. The fruit set explodes. Instead of 2 or 3 tomatoes ripening at a time, you get whole clusters ripening together, heavier, rounder, and noticeably less prone to that blossom end rot we talked about earlier. People send me photos every summer that genuinely look edited. Plants so loaded with fruit that the stems need staking just to hold the weight. And it's not a filter. It's 5 kitchen ingredients and a watering can, used consistently for 1 month. I want to show you real quick why this beats what most people are doing instead, which is grabbing a bottle of synthetic tomato fertilizer off the shelf. Store-bought fertilizer is fast, but it's fast in the way that a sugar rush is fast. It pushes rapid leafy growth, and that soft, fast growth is exactly what aphids and fungal disease target first. The Tonic works differently. It builds the plant slowly, from the root system up, with nutrients released at a pace the plant can actually use, which means stronger stems, better disease resistance, and fruit that develops properly, instead of just growing big and watery. And the cost difference is almost embarrassing. A bottle of name-brand tomato fertilizer runs $8 to $12 and lasts maybe a month. This tonic costs you less than $1 in ingredients you likely already have, and it lasts the entire growing season if you're making a fresh batch weekly. Before I give you the final tip, I need you to do one more thing for me, and it takes less effort than anything else in this video. Hit that like button right now. I know it sounds small, but every single like tells YouTube to put this video in front of someone else who's out there right now buying expensive fertilizer for a tomato plant that's about to disappoint them in August. You've already got the information. Someone else hasn't found it yet. One tap gets them there. One last thing before you go make your first batch. Timing matters almost as much as the ingredients. Start this tonic the week you transplant your tomato seedlings into the ground or into containers, not weeks later once problems have already shown up. Getting ahead of the plant's needs is always easier than correcting a deficiency after the leaves are already yellowing and the flowers are already dropping. If your plants are already in the ground and already looking a little rough, don't worry. Start now anyway. You'll still see real improvement within 2 to 3 weeks. It's just faster and more dramatic when you start early. That's the full tonic, the full science behind it, and the full schedule. 5 ingredients, once a week, at the base of the plant, no guesswork required. If this saves your tomato harvest this summer, or if it's already working for you from a previous season, I want to hear about it. Subscribe to this channel before you close this video, because I've got a full lineup of these kitchen ingredient garden tricks coming every single week, and you don't want to be the person who finds this 3 months from now wishing they'd started today. Drop a comment telling me what state you're growing in and how your tomatoes are looking right now. I read every one, and I'll see you in the next video.